Let's talk about the Afnan Supremacy Incense. At the outset, statutory warning: do not buy this perfume. This is not a normal fragrance. This is not something that everyone will enjoy, but I love this. In fact, if you've seen my decanting video, you'll remember I made a decant of Afnan incense. If you're interested in transferring your bigger perfume bottles into smaller ones, which are easier to carry around, check that video out. I'll link it in the description or the first comment below. Now, this perfume, why should you not buy? Because most women hate it. Most women I know, it is not something they can stand. This perfume, more than a fragrance, I think it's a mood or a state of mind that you want to communicate when you're wearing this. This pen actually reflects this perfume quite well. In fact, for today's session, we are working with Ranga Splendor, and in this, I am using Sulekha or Sulekha. The ink is a blood red ink, of course, and it is called Salem 21 Feb. This is the mood that this perfume is going to put you in. What is this mood? It is Plan C, where C is for chaos. It is when you're feeling menacing, when you're in the up to no good sort of frame of mind. That is where this perfume really shines. I will describe it variously over my usage over the last 2 months. I'll look at the time scale over here, and I typically go top, mid, and base notes. With this one, okay, let me just put this. It is a very complicated perfume to describe. When this was new, and for about the first 2 weeks, the opening was extremely sharp and it was aggressive. Your nose was assaulted by these spices, almost asthma inducing. I remember the first day when I got this, I put it on, and I think I did about 3 or 4 sprays of the new perfume, and then I walked into the room, and then everyone just cleared out. They had no idea what the smell was. No one liked it, and it is crazy. Just the opening is crazy. If you buy this and you want to wear it in public, I'd suggest let the top notes dilute before you step out. So top notes is about the first 0 to 30 minutes of applying the perfume. Uh, in the base, I got a lot of unlit incense. This was this was the only thing I can make out in this perfume. This, if you are in India and you've ever bought agarbatti, this is exactly what it smells like. But this is not the smoky incense that you'd expect. It is more the raw, unlit incense that comes from this one. So, yes. In fact, this asthma induction inducing property was not just for others. Even I myself, after about the first 1 hour of wearing this, felt felt discomfort. So yes, I think just buy this, introduce some air into the bottle by spraying it, and then just let it sit. It needs to sit for a while before it becomes usable. Anyway, so I say it becomes usable because it does improve. Between week 3 and week 4, what do we see happening? Um, you start the opening, instead of just being sharp and aggressive, it starts becoming more rough and darker. Um, it is almost abrasive, sort of like sandpaper. It feels ominous. It's just very very strange, and this phase starts lasting longer once you spray it. And then the base notes, you start getting a hint of smoke, but in fact, I've been wearing this today as well, and no, you don't really get any smoke from this, any meaningful amount of smoke. But a hint of smoke did come in along with complex unlit incense notes. It was again crazy, but in a good way. It is Plan C, C for chaos, menacing. It just asserts itself. This perfume, it is not something that it is not something that is enjoyed. It is just something where the presence is felt. Is my interpretation of this, and I know this is based on a very popular niche perfume. I have not smelt that one, so I will not comment how similar, how different, how good or bad it is compared to that one. But on its own merit, I think this one is crazy. It is bonkers. This perfume. Okay, so what happens in week 5 to 6? It gets darker. It just gets keeps getting madder. It gets more abrasive. It it's like it's got these little minions inside the bottle. The moment you unleash them, they want to just assault your nose, and you don't understand why you are enjoying it, but you do. And yeah, it just after spraying the, it just keeps accentuating itself. It just keeps increasing all of these characteristics, and again goes back into settles into this. So the settle down, dry down bass notes, they have been largely consistent throughout my usage. It's just the opening that has been transforming. And in fact, this is different because today is exactly 2 months and I wore this during the day. It's a hot summer day and I did not mind wearing it because somehow winter does not matter with this one. It is just going to attack. It is permanent attack mode and permanent attack mode and nothing else. This one it just does nothing else all the time. So today again, I think the only thing that changed was the opening when I sprayed it, and I've mostly been using the decant. And in fact, I'll after this I'll round up what is the difference between the decant and the full bottle, and how the two have matured similarly or differently or aged differently. So anyway, today I was using the decant, and it is the first time I felt that this was a fragrance or a perfume that could be enjoyed. It felt slightly normal in the opening. You felt a little bit of a hint of pleasant notes. Again, nothing good. I can't smell pleasant today. Nothing good. It is like up to no good. You remember the what map was it in Harry Potter? I do solemnly swear that we are up to no good. This is this perfume is the up to no good perfume in my book. Maybe there are others that do it better. Maybe this was made to be something else, but this is this is just my just the mood that this gets into. And yeah, I it's been about 6 hours since I applied it. The incense at 6 hours is still strong, so it stays true to its name. It does what it says. And overall, this is a crazy, amazing perfume that I cannot recommend you to buy. Do not buy. But oh, get a decant. Get a 5 ml bottle of this just to enjoy it. In fact, I think Afnan realizes how polarizing it is because uh, I I'd got the Supremacy trial set or whatever they call. They have 5 bottles of 2 ml each. It had Supremacy in Heaven, the Supremacy Silver, Oud, not only Intense and Collector's Edition. They decided to leave out Supremacy Incense even from the sampling set. So they know what is up with this one, and it just has a mind of its own. This one. So to round this up, why do I have it, and if I were to make a case for who should buy it and why, I would say this is something that is a rare use perfume. It cannot be your daily driver. It is not something that you apply every day. It's not something you can just wear casually. So be very mindful of when you buy it. So you need to have a few perfumes that you can use regularly before you think about acquiring this one. Uh, but I think every once in a while, a man gets into that frame of mind where you just need something like this around you. In fact, one of the uses I've put it to is when I want to do intense focus work. I think this really helps me. It just gets me into that serious, no nonsense mode. I have a lot of notes about this. I was thinking of various ways of how to describe this perfume to you all, but I can't. Now, the important thing, these two, there is a lot of debate around. So what they say is take a big bottle. These Middle Eastern perfumes, there is the ghost of maceration that follows them. So they say get a big bottle, decant a small. So if this is 100 ml, get something that's about 5 to 10 ml out of it, and then this one continues to macerate and this one continues to macerate, which is essentially evolve or oxidize or settle down. Something happens, I don't know what. I know for sure that these perfumes transition over time. What I've felt is no, it's not particularly longevity, but I think it's just the smoothness that improves over time for most of these Middle Eastern perfumes. And as they settle down, as they get blended better, the user experience changes. And I think as the perfume is macerating, so is your expectation. So what you think you should be getting out of your perfume or what to expect out of it also gets a bit toned down, and that's what you get. Anyway, so I think this was a 10 ml bottle, and I had filled it half full. So this was a 50-50 mix of air and perfume in this bottle. And you see how sparingly I've used it. I've barely used it. So this 50-50 mix I have tried, and what I felt is this one's a bit more intense. It feels a bit stronger compared to the main bottle, but nothing changes dramatically. The only benefit is that in this 40-degree heat, the big bottle can sit inside a cupboard, well cushioned from all the temperature changes. This one can sit around outside. I can put it in my backpack and take it with me wherever I'm going. So, yeah, I think that's a big advantage. Apart from that, I at 2 months there is no real difference, and I don't really know if you have to macerate something or if you have to let something sit for more than 2 months after buying it. Is it even worth buying it? I don't know. uh, a bit of soul searching for yourself maybe. All right, to conclude, do check this video out where I extract I extract a few mls from this big bottle, put them into a small bottle for your everyday carry. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this. And as always, have a wonderful day.